The two most common stories we tell ourselves are about being right and looking good. We are consumed with being right. Just look at our political elections. We are consumed with looking good, pretending to be someone we aren't to please others or trying to outshine others. Some people care more about being right than being successful. Events happen. They're just facts, and we determine if they're positive or negative. How? Every time an event occurs, Psychology 101 tells us we attach the story we've written to that event. Once we've attached the story, we will replay that story every time we think of that event. We will either consciously or subconsciously look for other events in our lives proving the story we've written. Sometimes we'll even create events that prove the story we've written. If the stories we've written are negative and don't serve us, they can potentially paralyze us or ruin our ability to walk in our greatness. And they can lead to our self-destruction. We must ask, is this story serving me? If the answer is no, we must exchange the story. We must change our minds regarding the events in our lives. Recent studies in neuroscience are changing the way we understand the brain. In our brains are pathways between the event and the story we attach to the event. The more similar events occur in our lives, the more the story pathway is used and consequently strengthened. This pathway will never go away. It will always exist in our brain. But neuroscience has discovered we have the absolute ability to create new pathways between the event and the alternate story. In other words, we can change the story we attach to an event, and our brains create an entirely new pathway. As we tell the new story more, it strengthens. As we tell the old story less, it weakens. We have it within our own minds to change stories, even stories decades old, and thus change the way we see ourselves and the world we inhabit, which leads us to changing what we do in our lives. And what begins in the mind travels to the heart, and what rests in the heart determines who we are and what we do. What are the stories you're telling? Are they serving you? If not, get rid of the old stories and write new stories. You can do this.